Retail giant Target has pulled numerous Pride items off their shelves after right-wing chud flakes began throwing temper tantrums in the Target stores, tossing the merchandise on the floor and threatening the safety of employees. Because, of course, you know, the employees are the ones that set the policy over at Target for sure, right? My question is this: when did we forget that giving in to temper tantrums is kind of a bad idea? Because it just encourages more temper tantrums, right? If your kid is kicking and screaming, I'm not even a parent and I know this, your kid is kicking and screaming, I want ice cream. Under no circumstances do you buy them ice cream, right? You only reward good behavior. Target is rewarding bad behavior with this. Oh, I'm sorry, little redneck chud. Are you scared of the rainbow? Well, let's just get that out of there. We don't want to make you uncomfortable, do we? Ugh. If I was in charge of Target, I'd hire armed security guards. You know what? Let's even remove the possibility of human bias. Let's get some of those robo-dogs with machine guns mounted on their backs like turrets, patrolling the frickin' LGBT pride section of the Target. And if a frickin' chud even looks sideways at it, that dog, you know what I mean? Why not? You know, because I mean, these bigoted sacks of subhuman garbage are always talking about how they'd rather die than submit to the LGBT agenda. Well, let's give them the goddamn opportunity, huh? Let's see how committed they truly are to the prospect. Yeah. Meanwhile, also going on, the scum-sucking race of evil reptilians that have taken over our planet have got some new bright ideas about legislation to allow human children as young as 14 to work in hazardous conditions. And really, it's even worse than that. In Wisconsin, lawmakers are basically proposing to allow 14-year-olds to serve alcohol in bars and restaurants. So, you know, next time you go to a bar in Wisconsin, your waiter might be a freaking 14-year-old. Okay. Meanwhile, in Arkansas, that fugly fucking walrus woman that is the governor, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, signed into law in March this thing that basically it eliminates the requirement for employers to verify a kid's age or that they have their parents' consent to work. So basically, it removes any onus from any corporation that wants to hire child labor. It says, like, yeah, there's rules on the books, but you don't have to follow them. You're under no obligation to actually check into any of this. So basically, she's given them the tacit right to do whatever they want. So when you start hearing stories about 9-year-olds dying in the coal mines of Arkansas, just remember that it's this bovine fucking hag that made it goddamn possible. And by the way, every time I do one of these stories about child labor, some fucking weirdo in the comments is like, well, I think it's good for them get out there in the workforce. I just want to let you know, you're the biggest fucking cuck in goddamn existence, okay? You know? I'm serious. You know what? I don't even want to call you a cuck, because at least a cuck gets to jerk off while their wife is getting plowed by some other guy. What do you get? You don't even get anything. You just get to get, like, I'm an evil piece of shit that thinks children should be exploited by giant corporations. What do you get out of that? Does it just feel good to be a piece of shit? Is there some kind of secret pleasure that I can't even fucking fathom? There must fucking be, I guess. Ohio and Iowa are also considering some nasty-ass laws along the same lines. It's like ridiculous and kind of head-spinning how fast America is becoming a goddamn third world country. By the way, fuck all you lefties with this global south horse shit. It's the third world, all right? And we're joining it. So, you know, you better start believing in third world countries because you're in one. I'm increasingly embarrassed to even be from this rancid dung heap of a fucking nation. America is a shithole. We are brimming with bigots who basically they want to protect kids from children's books about gay penguins, but they don't give a fuck when kids are sent to go work in the mines. Apparently, Make America Great Again was code for Make America a fucking serfdom. Apparently, Elon Musk loves shrooms, by the way. Yeah, I was disappointed too. Anyone who thought that shrooms were some kind of gateway to enlightenment, well, sorry, but that hypothesis has now been pretty thoroughly goddamn debunked. If shrooms showed us some sort of deeper truth of the universe, then you know there's no goddamn way Elon Musk could take them and not immediately jump off a fucking bridge. Like, you know Elon Musk is a uniquely stupid motherfucker, right? Because he somehow managed to ruin Twitter, which I didn't even think that was possible because it was already trash. But, you know, like the old Twitter was kind of fun trash. Now, you know, I mean, like it was like a reality TV show you don't want to really admit to watching. Like, you ever been on like a Pawn Stars binge or something, you know, and you don't want to tell anyone about it? You're like, I feel kind of ashamed. It was that kind of trash. But now it's just bad trash. I would rather chug literal fucking garbage water than use that platform again. I really do not understand why or how anyone is still there. Here's a headline, by the way, that creates not just hopelessness, not just despair, but an actual, like, inversion of hope, all right? Negative hope. Like, I am now in hope debt. Like, the next few things I see that normally would have given me hope now will not because of this headline. 100% lab-grown babies in 5 years. Japanese researchers are on the cusp of creating human eggs and sperm that can be grown in a fake womb. Here's my question, though. Why? Like, does anyone ever ask that? When, like, hey, we could have lab-grown babies in 5 years. Does no one say to the motherfucker that says that, why? Why would you want that? Is there some kind of fucking human shortage that I'm not goddamn aware of? Like, no, there's not. Let me check. Let me just make a quick fact check. Nope, there's still 8 billion of us. How the fuck is Thanos the villain in those movies again? I'm joking, of course. The only thing that Thanos' snap would actually do is send us back to the population levels we had in like the mid-70s. And we'd be right back to this shit in under 50 years. So what we really need to do, what I really need to see is I need to be flipping through the news one day. Flipping. Well, that would imply I'm watching the cable news, which I'm not. But I need to be like open Drudge Report or fucking Huffington Post or fucking Vice or whatever the fuck. One of these things. And I want to see a headline that says something like, humanity comes to the collective realization that its genetic imperative to breed is now largely obsolete, and we all collectively have made the decision to stop relentlessly pumping out more mewling little trolls to fuck up the planet further. Kind of a long headline, I guess, but that's the one I'd like to see. Maybe just humanity comes to any sort of realization. Humanity comes to epiphany, stops fucking. Or at least has safe sex or anal sex or something that will not reproduce motherfucking more human beings. Thank you. But now, even if they come to that realization, apparently the Japanese are going to be growing babies in test tubes in a few. All right, you know what? I hate to do this, but we need Hiroshima 2. We need Hiroshima and Nagasaki Part 2 to fucking stop this. You know what I'd like to see science do? You know what would impress me? Create a virus that sterilizes anyone with an IQ south of 110, okay? And for any of you soft libcuck cry bitches that just cringed because I did a eugenics, I'd tell you to go fuck yourself, but you know what? You already are fucking yourself by continuing to, you know, oppose policies that are in your own best interest. Like a law that prohibits these backwards-ass cretins from just rutting until their goddamn demon spawn drown the earth in fucking ignorance, okay? Every time you see a motherfucker throwing LGBT shirts on the ground at Target and say, no, I won't, there's a motherfucker who ought to be snipped. Sorry to tell you. Sorry if I'm keeping it too fucking real for you. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. The end. Go away. I'm sick of you.